Before the cameras rolled, I said to my guest, I will introduce you as an actress who's made 10 movies and had no flops. And she said, for God's sake, don't do that. I'm superstitious. So I won't introduce her that way. I'll just tell you I got Preity Zinta on the program. I did it wrong. I said Preity Zinta. I always get it wrong. It's Preity Zinta.
Yeah, it's Preity Zinta.
Okay.
So I don't know why people always assume that
it's a bit of a tongue twister, no?
Preity Zinta.
Preity Zinta.
Zinta.
Zinta. What kind of name is Zinta anyway?
Rajput.
I've never heard of a Rajput called Zinta.
Well,
like Prithviraj Singh Chauhan, not Prithviraj Singh Zinta.
Exclusive Rajputs. Well, actually, my cousins and all are Chauhans. I don't know how we got
it was something else. You changed it to something.
No.
Yeah, the whole family is called Zinta.
Yes.
So you're Rajputs from where originally?
Well, I guess from Rajasthan, but we've been like in Himachal for, I think, 4 generations. Right. Yeah.
What did your family do in Himachal?
Well, basically construction, transport, apple orchards, all kinds of stuff.
I'll get this out of the way quickly. They're rich, right?
Well, well, yes.
Yes. So you're a rich girl. You come from a rich family, very well off, and you probably, it's fair to say, if you hadn't wanted to work for a living, you would not exactly have been on the streets.
No. Definitely not.
You wouldn't. So you're rich. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, but your dad was in the army, right? As a
yeah.
Gentleman soldier.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, not because he needed the money, but because
he had
it was an honorable profession.
Yeah, he had this passion for the army, which even my brother did. And my mom wanted him to do certain other things, but he went on the sly, got in an application, went, did everything, got into the army, and said, "I'm a captain."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, your dad died when you were 13.
Yeah.
Do you have many memories of him?
Well, yes, actually, people say they don't remember things from their childhood, but there are certain things you can never forget, you know.
Such as?
Such as, I remember doing these walks with him early morning when I was in boarding school all my life, and he'd take me for this walk early morning, and he'd talk about all kinds of things, you know, he'd tell me that it's very important for you when you grow up that you have to be an independent girl, because that's the only way you can think independently if you're financially independent, so you should not be dependent on your father or your husband or your son, and just different kinds of things, you know. But he always spoke to me like an adult.
Apparently, I mean, on a slightly more cheerful note, I gather that as a child you were a bit of a tomboy, despite appearance to the contrary.
I was very naughty. Yeah? I got whacked all the time.
And you was like always getting into fights and stuff like that?
Oh,
that
yes.
Some guys were bullying your brother and you went and got into a fight with them?
Yes.
This is true, isn't it?
See, my brothers, we just have a 1.5 year gap between all of us. So I was the middle one. And somehow I was very strong, and I think girls grow up faster than boys.
But strong means like physically strong?
Physically strong, and I was taller than both my brothers. So anytime somebody like hit my elder brother, who was a bit like quiet, I'd go and like...
Your older brother?
Yes, he's a 1.5 years older. And the younger one's a 1.5 years. So we have a 1.5 year gap.
And apparently you had a sort of no-nonsense streak that when you were in the 6th standard, a young man who's now captain in the Indian Army apparently proposed to you, and you dragged him and took him to his parents and complained?
How do you know all this?
Is this true?
My God, how do you know all this?
Research.
That's crazy research, Veer. Well, all kinds of things happen. I can't believe this.
It's true.
Well, yeah, you know.
Rohit. Was that his name?
I was a bit nuts, I think.
Yeah.
I was a bit crazy as a kid. I think I never identified with being a girl as a child, because I never played with dolls, and most of my cousins were all boys. The only cousin who was a girl was a bit older than me, and we had very little interaction. So I was always the tomboy, jumping, climbing trees.
And you played basketball?
A lot of basketball, yeah.
And gymnastics?
Yeah.
At what stage, and some stage presumably, you crossed over from being this tomboy who played basketball to becoming this girl who boys desired? When did that happen?
Guys really didn't have the guts to like say anything to me. I was like in your face. Somebody said something to me, I'd be like, "What do you mean? How dare you?" I'm going to tell it.
But you don't have crushes on guys?
Oh yes, of course I did.
It's funny that you had a big picture poster of Sanjay Dutt up in your room. Is this true?
Yes. I used to be a huge fan of his, and my God, this is like a bit insane. You know, you're telling me all these things. I thought I'll come and say all the proper things and nice things.
I had no time for boys. I studied so hard.
No, I had this big picture of Sanju, and my neighbor would say, "Ye kya hai? You know, why do you like him? Looks like a Loki," because Sanjay had like long hair.
Yeah, that's sort of.
And I get completely offended. And as a child, I liked him, but then I met him in Sana. And I have this picture.
You met him in Sana, right?
Yes, I have this picture of me in shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm like, and his hand is on my head, and he's ruffling my hair, and he's got this white shirt and a gold chain and a ciggy in his hand, and he's just like,
Hey kid.
yeah, exactly. That was like my treasured picture. So when I told him about it, he was like, oh my God, please.
You moved to Delhi when?
After I finished college, St. Bede's. And then I didn't know what I should do. And then
But getting married would have been the obvious option.
well, that's what was happening. My grandparents, because people felt like, okay, her father's no more, so they should take the
responsibility
to
of
my
settling her
grandparents.
down.
Yeah. So suddenly there were like a lot of these offers and stuff like that, and it kind of really like I saw two people who I knew, and they had sent proposals and stuff. So I was like, guys, this is not going to happen.
Why?
'Cause I don't think it was. I think it was too early, and I would have destroyed somebody's life as well as mine. So no.
But were you like regarded as attractive in college?
I was regarded as really tough.
Very tough.
Yes.
No, you keep saying this, but tough like in what way?
Tough, like I was all my friends' bodyguards. You know, if any boy troubled a girl, I would just walk up to him and say, "What's your problem? Why can't you just leave her alone? Why are you after her?" And he'd be like, "Relax, relax." You know. So I was never the shy, timid one. I was always like a bit aggressive. So.
Okay. Enough, but you come to Delhi and then what?
Then this friend of mine, Anupama, and me decided to go to Bombay for a holiday. So we took off for
Is
2
that when
weeks.
it all happened?
Yeah.